Because the ship is going to want to keep itself satisfied. There we go. That's pretty cool. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to, well, yeah, so this is busy making speed module 2s, which we really should not be making down here. Likewise, we should not be making these down here either. So let's get rid of this request. Wow, look how much faster they go when you put the modules in. The speed modules go in and... Oh, that's funny. So without the speed modules, they spin like this. And with this 5 Mark III speed modules, they spin like this. And according to this, it's 4.5 times faster than normal. But each one uses 9 megawatts. So that's worth considering. Now, we're also going to want to do the same thing for our efficiency and productivity and quality modules. That's very, very important. Let's do efficiency 2. The question I have is whether we should put quality modules in here. And I don't think it matters until we start getting quality module Mark IIIs. And then I might actually switch it to that. All right, so I think I've got a handle on the inventory of the Mark II speed, productivity, quality, and efficiency, all 4 types of Mark II modules. And so this is all I've got, and we're talking normal quality because there are some higher than normal, but I'm going to ignore those for now. In fact, I want to trash those for now because they are just distracting. Let's just see here. There we are. Okay. So the Mark IIs are done. So we got to do Mark IIIs, but we can only do Mark III speed and quality because it takes Gleba Science to do the other ones. Gotta make sure that I'm not doing it down here. Alright, so this is producing Mark III quality. Now, what I am going to want to do is I'm going to want to roll for a higher one. I do believe. So we'll take the first one that we make after we pop some speed modules in there. Craft a quality module 3. Yeah, an achievement. How about that? And we'll take this out and we'll actually put it in here. We don't want speed, we want quality. We want quality. Quality plus 2.5%. We'll take these, we'll put those in as well. Oh, check that out. So we've already got 2 of these, which are better. We'll stick those in to have an even higher chance of making them. So if I mouse over this machine, you can see that I've got a 13.9% chance of rolling a higher quality item, which is great. And yeah, that's fantastic. In fact, I might actually want to put that down here in the speed one. I'm not as concerned. I suppose eventually we'll work our way up. But right now, this is very cool. You know, actually, wait, here. Let's do something. Okay, so what I've done is when it comes to the Mark III, because it takes a lot of materials, a lot of the Mark IIs to make the Mark IIIs, it takes, in fact, it takes 5 of them. No, 4 of them. It's okay that this produces slowly. I want to make high quality ones. I want to roll for higher quality. And this one, yeah, 13.9% is pretty good. But it's making them so slowly. But I'm going to allow for these normal ones to build up, and then I'll filter out the higher quality ones here in this chest. And I'm going to do the same thing down here with the speed modules, except this one is clogged now because it doesn't have an output for the normal ones. And that's fine because we don't really need the rare ones yet or anything like that. And then we're going to get the productivity and the efficiency later when it comes to... Oh, you know what? I just realized something. I wonder... Those recyclers... Here, let's put a recycler down. And I can put 4 modules in a recycler. Oh, isn't that interesting? So watch what happens when I put quality module 3s in here. Now, I have a 10% chance of producing quality output in the recycler. And if I recycle some of my speed module 3s, for example, like if I put this in here, I might just get quality base ingredients back out, which might be really handy. Oh, really? Do I only get the red and the blue chips? Okay, so what's happened here? Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh, and because these are designated slots, it won't fill up the rest of it. It clogs if it doesn't match. So I've got rare, blue chips, red chips, and speed module 2s, which I can then use to make rare speed module 3s back again. Isn't that interesting? So here, let's see about this. How do I... This is so bizarre, I have to admit. Well, this isn't how I want to do it. No. Oh, there's tungsten carbide as well. Yeah. I'm thinking of making, like, you could make a loop, couldn't you? You could make a loop where you're building with your best probability of a high quality item, and then all of the ones that don't turn out high quality, you recycle them, and then you loop the ingredients back around, hoping for to try again, but then you filter out the high quality base ingredients to deliberately construct the high quality stuff. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not really ready, I don't think yet, to take full advantage of that. But it sounds cool. Like I could put, conceivably, I could put a active provider chest here and just dump everything, like literally everything that this thing produces into the network, which is something I typically really try to avoid. I try not to do that because it's a bad practice. You can fill your network accidentally that way. But if you're doing it, if you're recycling, you should be theoretically returning less than you put into it. So it might not matter. It might not matter. The idea being to design a system where you've given yourself the highest probability of creating the highest quality items using a combination of recyclers and the advanced assemblers. Let's see what it dumps into this chest. Okay, so we've got those, and then the bots take it away. Yeah, this works pretty well. It is worth noting that when it does produce a high quality output of your base in your recycler, that all of it is high quality. It's not just a mix. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it actually does take a while to learn the quality system. I have to admit, it's a big challenge even for a veteran Factorio player, because the concept is so weird and unusual. But I think once you get it, once you really get it, you can do some amazing things with that. I might use buffer chests. Here, this might be a good use for buffer chests. I'll show you what I mean. So if I say, give me, for example, rare blue chips, right? What that'll do is it'll dump all of the rare blue chips from the network. Gosh, there's 370 of them. Okay, let's put 1,000. Let's put 3,000 in here, right? In the buffer chest. And that will take all of them that are in the network, and it will put them in one spot where I can see them. And the buffer chest, I can request, but it's also providing. And it's providing to any requester that has this ticked. If you check request from buffer chest, it will pull from here. So that's all you'd have to do to make use of them. Cool. All right. So let's see. I've got some alerts. I'm trying to build more solars, or is it just the accumulators? It's just the accumulators. I must have forgotten to send accumulators. I did. All right. So accumulators need to be on this. Not enough to fill one rocket. Isn't that interesting? I wonder what's going on there. Wait, do I not have accumulators available on Novice? Really? Must not. Okay, so here, let's grab these. So we really don't need these. I mean, it's fine to have some. We don't need 3 gigajoules though. I just took down half my accumulator storage. Yeah, we'll keep some up. We'll keep some up because you do need some for when the weapons go off. But we don't need that many. So I'm going to take these and put them in this chest. I just realized that I have had the Intrepid on the Novice Volcanus run all this time. I'm thinking of doing something a bit different with my ships. See, I don't currently have, okay, currently I have it where it goes Novice Volcanus, Novice Fulgora, because Novice Volcanus, Novice Fulgora, right? So in order to get something from Volcanus to Fulgora and back, you have to go through one of these 2 planets. So you need that route. But what might be better is to have a dedicated ship for every one of these legs. And then have a dedicated ship that goes and does this loop, which is 1, 2, 3, currently 3 different runs. So there'd be one for just these 2, one for these 2, and one for these 2. But then when Gleba gets involved, we're going to have to expand that. And we don't want to get like a bazillion ships or one ship that's spread far too thin or anything like that. So we have to think about how to do that intelligently. And the best way to do that is to assign ships to just that run back and forth, and that's it. And I think I'm fine with that. Like, you know, at the moment I've got the Intrepid doing Novice Volcanus, and that's it. Enterprise handles the rest, but I'll have a third ship before too long, I think, that handles more stuff. Hey, look. Hey, we got 4. How did I get 4? It took forever. Oh, that's strange. All right. So now guess what? We got 5 rare quality module 3s. No, uncommon quality module 3s in here, which increases the quality chance to 16% of rolling a higher quality. 16%, that's 1 in 6. Which is not bad. Not bad at all. And we'll take this final one here and we'll put it in this guy. That's probably fine. Yeah, these are great. These are great. Each one gives 3.2% quality chance. Whereas, you know, if you look at where we started, it's 1%. Oh, you know what? So back here where I was creating the Mark I quality chips, I don't actually need to put... I don't need to make the base ones using quality modules, do I? Because that just creates extra mess down here. I'll leave this for now, but just keep that in mind. What's this green? Look at these. Oh, wow. Yeah, so I had some uncommon red chips on the line. Yeah. I forgot about these. All right, let's handle those real quick. Now, once we get enough of our base ingredients in the rare quality, we can start making some really cool things with rare specifically. Like, one of the things I want to do in the next ship maybe is to create rare asteroid collectors, because the asteroid collectors, these have a collection arm area that goes up with significantly with quality, as well as storage size, as well as max speed, as well as wow. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, there it is. Arm count. So rare gives you 3 arms, which is really neat. Legendary gives you 6, which is kind of silly. But wouldn't it be interesting to have rare asteroid collectors? Although I think that might only be necessary once you're, you know, once you're outside of the this inner planet area, because honestly I've been doing just fine with regular stuff. Might also be nice to have rare guns. Range goes up. I guess that's not that great. Yeah, so here we go. Rare blue chips, rare low density structures, and rare electric motors, which I don't think I'm making. Yeah, the motors come from green chips and engines, which I do have rare green chips, but I don't have rare motors. But I could make them with rare steel and rare pipes and gears, maybe? That shouldn't be too hard. I think it would require a lot more rare iron plates, which means that I might actually do well to start making them. But you know, this whole smelting area, this whole smelting factory that we've got down here might itself even need an upgrade to use foundries. That might actually be a good idea. I'll have to think about that, because this is a great build, but it's not a late game build. A late game build would be use foundries. And the thing about foundries, let's see, do I have some foundries, don't I? I could even try it out. Yeah, I got 20 foundries. So if we take it, if we put a foundry down, and we say, let's make, well, what we'd have to do is we'd have to make casting iron plates. Oh, casting iron has no item ingredients, therefore does not support quality. Isn't that interesting? So maybe we won't do that. If we want quality iron plates, think about that. If we want quality iron plates, we can't use foundries to make them. Okay. So forget that. So what we'll do instead is we're going to... I think I'm ready now. I think I understand it enough where I'm ready to start producing more quality base ingredients, because the copper has turned out in kind of large quantities, right? I've got copper here. We got absurd amounts of copper plates in uncommon, but we should be trying to get those bumped up to rare, because we're really not interested in producing uncommon products, but we do like these. So what I'll do is I'm going to take the Mark II quality modules, because Mark IIIs are still really hard to come by, right? These guys. Well, I mean, I've got 66 of them already made, but the Mark IIs are very, you know, we make lots of those, right? And I should be dumping lots of these into my iron smelters. Let's try that. We'll grab a bunch in an inventory right now, and let's get rid of these ones that aren't any good, like that one, that one, that one. Not useful. And then we'll get into the train, and we'll go down to the iron smelting area. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing I did with the copper before, where I'm going to, well, first of all, we need a balancer. This is not even balanced. Hang on a moment. Let me do that quick. Okay, so what this does is it puts all four outputs of this into the balancer, and the output of the balancer goes into four splitters that are filtering for normal iron plates and sends those on, and anything that's not normal gets diverted into this belt, which then gets sorted between uncommon and anything above uncommon. And then those get put into these chests over here for collection later. And this will eventually clog. I have to remember to check up on it. In fact, it might be a good idea to put an alarm on this. So let's grab something from... Here's what I'll do. I think I know how to handle this alarm. This is going to test for regular iron plates. And we're going to have the alarm say quality iron plates full. Quality iron plates full. All right. And then we will, instead of testing for iron plates equals zeros, we're going to test for iron plates is greater than 0. But not just iron plates. We're going to test for anything greater than 0. And then we're going to put the wire onto this. Oh no, we can't test for anything. It has to be iron plates. Oh boy. All right, so what we'll do, because it's A is greater than 0, so it's going off. So what we'll do instead is we'll test for uncommon iron plates is greater than 0, or rare iron plates is greater than 0. And what this will do, and this is going to test, it's going to read the belt contents just this one spot, not the entire belt. And that way, if this backs up to this point, it'll alert me and I'll come fix it, because soon the whole thing will be clogged and we don't want that. Great. Well, that actually should work. The next thing I have to do is I have to fill these guys with quality module 2s so we can start producing quality iron plates. Man, I actually had enough modules to fill up the entire thing. I'm genuinely surprised at that. So we should start seeing some quality iron plates coming through, and then we don't have to recycle things to get quality iron plates, which is the, kind of the idea. And I'm trying to think of what to do with all of these uncommon copper plates, and one of the things we could do to maybe convert them into rare copper plates is to convert them, is to recycle them. No. We can use them to build copper wire. Here, let's just see what that looks like. For example, we could take the copper wire, and we could put some... Wow, I've got 8. That's so cool. All right. So here we have a 16% chance of producing a higher quality copper cable than what the copper plate was. That's only useful for cable though, or for copper wire. If I need need it to be copper plate, that's not going to work. I'll have to think about that. Because here, let's take a stack of this stuff. Again, I have way too much of it, so I don't mind wasting some on it. I'll take a bunch of it. And what we'll do is we'll put the standard red and blue chests, and then we will give it power like normal. And we're not going to actually request anything, but I will dump these in here as is. And then we're going to we're going to tell it that what we want to actually build is a uncommon copper wire. And then this will go ahead and do so. But once in a while, it's going to produce a rare one. Or, yeah. And what you know, these are being taken away. Where are they being taken? Oh, to the buffer chest. Yeah, so that'll actually just add to this. Interesting. Well, that's kind of neat, isn't it? That's pretty cool. And this'll it'll make a whole lot more rare, or uncommon rather, copper wire, but that can actually be recycled. Because if I have too much of that, I can put that in this machine over here. Oh my goodness. I've got a rare one. I've got two rare ones, and they're clogging it up because I didn't have an output for that. All right, well, let's make an output for that then. It's a bit unorthodox, but that's okay. Oh, you know what? I can add that to the filter. I'll just add that to the filter here. That's why it stopped. I'll take both of these and I'll replace this. So now this actually has a 17.6% chance of bumping it up, which is even better. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got quality modules in the recycling machine, and I'm going to dump the uncommon copper wire in here, and it should rather rapidly produce some rare copper plates, which will then get sucked out and put into the network where they belong. Yeah, see, that's taking it down here to the buffer chests. Or wait, no, it's not. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. No, that's just making rare copper cable. But what if I want the rare copper plates? So apparently somewhere along the line I decided that I wasn't going to store these. Yeah, I want to keep them as plates, not make wire out of them. So you can kind of see how this works, because with this, just in that little bit of using these, I was able to get, well, hey, look at that. That's quite a lot of copper cable. Let's put this in a chest. So the recycler will very rapidly handle all of these, and it will very rapidly create some rare copper plates. Not very many, though. And that is dumping them down in here where I'm collecting it all, which is fine. That's where I want it. All right, so that is our updated understanding of the quality system in Factorio, which I'm pretty happy to learn more about. It's just such a crazy thing to get your mind around. One of the next things I'll do is maybe start researching some, lightning collectors might be a good idea. Although I haven't really found a need for lightning collectors on Fulgora. The lightning rods seem to produce enough power. But I would like maybe some productivity. Steel plate productivity might be nice. Laser weapon damage 8. Follower robot count 5. That's for combat robots. I haven't really bumped into the need for that. Low density structure productivity might be nice. Okay, this I'm definitely going to make processing unit blue chip productivity. Let's do that. Blue chip productivity. Scrap recycling productivity. Probably 2 levels of that. Electric weapons damage might be good, because we're going to be making use of Tesla turrets. And worker robot speed 7 might also be nice. I mean, just to make the robots that much faster. plus 65%. Okay. So these are all resource intensive technologies, right? And that will make my iron flow for sure. Now, unless I've missed something, I think that's enough for this episode. I think we have gotten ourselves finally to the point where the quality stuff is starting to really shape up. It really is. I'm very impressed. It's still a little fuzzy in my head of what to do with some of the excess, but you know, it's a logistical challenge, and that's why we play the game, right? We play the game because we enjoy logistical challenges. All right, so that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.